Today I'm going to show you how to edit videos for free. So the first thing you need to do is go to the download for Blender, either by going to blender.org or just searching Blender. It should show up. On the download page, you can get the executable to install it on your specific operating system, whether that be Windows, Mac, or Linux. I'm actually on Arch Linux right now, so I would just skip this step and install it via Pacman, the package manager for Arch Linux. So that would be the command to install it. I'm not going to in this case because I already have it installed, but that's how you do it. Once you've installed it, you can open it up and you get to the default startup screen. It may ask you to set up your default hotkey configuration. You can probably just go with the defaults. So the first thing you do is you sacrifice the default queue by hitting A to select all and delete. And then you go to this little plus, add workspaces, video editing, and video editing. The first thing you want to do is set up a new sequencer timeline. So I'll hit new. Then on the left, you can navigate to where you have your videos stored. And then you can just drag and drop it from the timeline into your sequencer. Doesn't matter what channel, but you might want to start in 1 and 2. And then you'll notice this gray highlighted area is the actual area where the video playback limits are. So you can set that to whatever you want to frame-wise. And I believe the default is set to 60 FPS. You can look at output. So I currently have it set to 1080p, 60 FPS. I'm going to actually increase this to 1440p and 2560. And then I'm just going to re-add that video to the timeline to get the correct resolution. You want to set this up from the start to make things easier. And then in Blender, you can typically just click and drag to change parameters. So in this case, I'm just going to drag it out to some arbitrary value past what I have there. You can press space to begin video playback. And then you can cut clips by selecting it and hitting K. And then you can select and delete using the delete key. To do a regular cut, you can drag and drop the next clip into the timeline and just match it up with the existing clip. So then it'll seamlessly transition to the next clip. If you want to fade between clips instead of cutting, you can grab the next clip, place it into the timeline. You can right click the clip you want to fade out by going to fade, fade out. You can change these parameters, but as you can see, this little tail here fades. And you can place the next clip underneath that to seamlessly transition between the next clip. This works in layers similar to photo editing applications. So layer or channel 4 and 3, in this case the video and audio, are above channel 1 and 2. So they take precedence, and as they fade out, it transitions to the clip below. So when you're ready to render your final video, I typically create a new folder for the render. And then I go to the output and go select that render video folder. You can title it. In this case, I'll just name it edit. The media type, if you want to render to image sequences for compositing later, you can select image, but typically you want to do video. So we can select video. RGB is good. And then you want to expand encoding. If you're posting to something like YouTube, you typically want to do it in MPEG encoding. In this case, I'm just going to do basic H.264, which is compatible with most systems. Set the quality to high. Encoding speed at good is fine. And then you want to make sure you have audio set up. So in this case, I'm going to use ACC for audio codec encoding, stereo, and the default is a little low, so I usually set it to 320. And then to render, you can click Control F12. And once it's finished rendering, you should have your final video in the render folder available.